Are you having nightmares about driving on the left or in a foreign country? What if there was some way to see what it's like before you actually get there? In this episode, we'll share our review of a virtual online driving guide that's now available.
We'll tell you what's included, how it works, and share our experience with it.
We'll also list the positives and negatives, tell you the cost, and give you a thumbs up or a thumbs down on Tripiamo.
And then stick around till the end for a special offer.
Whether you call it driving on the left, driving on the opposite side, or the slightly obnoxious driving on the wrong side of the road, it can be a little daunting the first time. Chris, how was your first time driving on the left?
Daunting. There was no way to prepare for it other than watch YouTube videos. The one I recall the most was a camera mounted on the windshield of a car driving in the country on a narrow road and could only hear the wind from a window and the tires on the road. It gave you no perspective of what to do, where to go, how to turn, how to navigate that system. We managed to survive, but it was definitely nerve-wracking the first couple of times.
Chris got in the car in Dublin and we took off and we drove through Dublin to get to the expressway and then on to Galway. It was kind of crazy. It was very nerve-wracking. I did not have to drive for a couple of days, so at least I got to sit in the passenger seat for a little while, but that still doesn't prepare you for sitting in the driver's seat and having the orientation be on the opposite side that you're used to. It was terrifying. I'll be honest with you. It scared me to death. It didn't stop me from doing things I wanted to do, and I was very cautious, but it was terrifying, and I would have loved to have had something to help me feel a little more prepared for that. These were some of the things that prompted us to create our own video last year, Americans Driving in Ireland. Well, the folks at Tripiamo saw some of our videos and contacted us about partnering with them to promote this online driving guide.
We checked out the company and found excellent reviews and an excellent score on Trustpilot. We discovered that the founder, John Cortese, pardon me if we didn't pronounce your name correctly, John, was previously the lead for travel products and platforms for 2 Fortune 500 companies and is an avid traveler who's been to over 50 countries. There's more info at the link below the description.
We decided to purchase their guide to driving in Ireland for an independent review so we could bring you our unvarnished opinion of this particular guide. But we understand that it's representative of the other guides.
Currently, Tripiamo is primarily aimed initially at North Americans wanting to feel more comfortable about driving in European countries. The driving guides are unique to each country. Right now, France, Italy, Spain, UK, Ireland, and Germany are the guides that are available.
The system is an online 1-year access consisting of 3 different parts: expert instructional videos, patent-pending 360-degree driving tours, and on-the-go reference materials.
Currently, there are 11 expert videos ranging from 1 minute to 6 minutes each. They cover a wide variety of topics such as driving on the opposite side of the road, roundabouts, reading signs, road types, safety, and emergencies.
The 360-degree driving tours, there is 1 instructional introduction video and 9 actual driving tours, ranging from 6 to 11 minutes each, covering a variety of driving situations: small towns, Dublin city center, motorways, which we would call interstates or expressways, and rural roads. Chris and I wondered if they would have real-life situations like farm animals and farm machinery, and sure enough, they did. They also have pedestrians, bicycles, 1-lane roads, driving at dusk, and other situations.
The on-the-go reference materials are downloadable or printable PDF, total of 21 pages, full color, summarizing the points and details of the course, including a 5-page section on road signs in Ireland. Marvelous.
The great thing about this, too, is that you can print this out and take it with you on your trip, so you have something to refer to. We both went through the whole course. I did it on my laptop.
And I did it on a tablet. So after watching the complete guide for Ireland, in this case, we were curious about the certification process for the driving guides, as well as wondering if they're updated regularly.
So we reached out to Brian Dalton, our contact at Tripiamo, who told us that the company has collaborated extensively with the Irish School of Motoring on this particular guide and has had their other guides thoroughly vetted and reviewed by driving schools in each country they represent. He shared that they also regularly make adjustments to their guides as there are changes and updates to the rules of the road and the driving environments in these countries. So Chris, what were your general impressions of Tripiamo?
I'll be honest, I really liked it. I wasn't sure about something like this, but it felt very familiar to me. And after going back through our experience driving in Ireland, they touched on all the points that concerned me my first day of driving and my third day of driving, the more things we saw.
And our sixth day of driving.
Well, true. They addressed just about everything that we experienced, and I found it very, very informative and helpful. And when we go back to Ireland, I'm definitely going to do a refresher course on this. There's nothing like actually experiencing the driving, but I believe this is as close as you can get.
I really liked it as well. I thought it was very digestible. They broke it up into little segments. It was entertaining, it was fun, and really beautiful videos. So I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a game changer, quite frankly.
I tend to agree with that. And one of the other things I really, really liked about this was it's a little lighthearted, some good music in it, but they emphasize the really important parts to get it into your head that you can do this. It may take a little practice, but if you follow their guide, the road markings, the signs that they show you, how to make a right turn or a left turn, or even negotiate a roundabout, I think it's brilliant. They've got great little icons and turn signal lights that show you in a roundabout which lane to be in, and I just found that very helpful.
So let's break down the positives and negatives for you. Currently, the program is web-based, so you don't need to install an app to use it. It doesn't take up storage on your phone that way.
Each guide are specifically geared towards that country. All the road markings, the signs, the speed limit, rules of the road, everything is geared towards one country. Even with Ireland, they will talk about crossing the border into Northern Ireland. But if you want to see anything further about Northern Ireland, you need to refer to the video about the UK.
Another positive is that the videos were beautiful. The sound was great. They were entertaining. They were short, direct, and to the point.
You can print out PDFs and take them with you if you like to have a hard copy like we do. We're never quite sure if Wi-Fi will be available in some locations.
One of the biggest pluses we felt was the cost. It's very inexpensive. At the time that we were taping this, access for a year to one country guide is $39.99 US for the year. If you're planning on taking a tour of Europe, you can get all the guides, all the current countries, and anything they come out with during that year that you have access to it for $69.99 for the year. So you would get all of the countries that they have guides to for that price. And then if you want to continue to get that, as they add more countries, you could pay $29.99 a year after that. So I thought the cost was very reasonable. When I evaluate something, I always try to figure out, okay, what would this be worth to me and what would I be willing to pay for it? And I was really expecting this to be $100 or more, easily.
I honestly thought so.
And I was really surprised when it was $39.99 for the Ireland driving guide. Yeah, I thought that was very reasonable.
And with most trips people have to plan these days, you might be a year out. So you can refer to this that whole year while you're planning your trip. So now we have to get to the negative part.
Honestly, the only negative we could find is that the 360 technology does not work on iPhone or iPad currently. I used my MacBook Pro, which is an Apple product, and I had no issues whatsoever. Chris was able to view the instructional videos and download the PDF and all that, but the 360 video would not work on his iPad. So we contacted Brian Dalton regarding this, and he explained that iPhone and iPad with Safari browser in particular do not enable the use of the 360-degree content, regardless of if it's from Tripiamo or some other company. This technology can be used on any desktop and apparently any laptop. I was able to use it on my laptop as well, because desktops and laptops are pretty much interchangeable these days. And it can be used on any Android device. So if you have an Android tablet or an Android phone, you could get it on there. They are currently working, he said, to rectify the situation by developing an app that will fix this iOS and Safari limitation. So we'll hope they come up with that real soon.
Sure.
But that was honestly the only downside we could find to this.
Well, I came up with one. I wish they would have had this before we actually went to Ireland and I drove for the first time. It would have helped me tremendously and put me a little more at ease.
Now, one thing we do want to note for you is that this will not instantly make you a great driver, okay? If you are a crappy driver on the right at home, you're probably going to be a crappy driver on the left over there. However, you will at least have information and the orientation of the car and the road before you go. So that's got to help you. So Chris, who would you say that this driving guide is for?
So I believe Tripiamo is great for the first time drivers that are venturing to a country that will require that they drive on the left side of the road. And it's also good for drivers that have previously driven on the left but need a little bit of a refresher course.
I think it probably is also good for anyone who is driving in a foreign country for the first time. We're from a right side driving country. But I think if I were going to drive on the right in France or Spain or Italy, it would be really helpful to know the road markings and the signs. So I think those countries would still be valuable to me.
Oh, absolutely.
So, the moment of truth. Is it a thumbs up or a thumbs down? Chris?
Total thumbs up. How about 2 from me?
There you go. I'll give it 2 thumbs up as well. So given our opinion of Tripiamo, we did decide to become an affiliate with their company. So if you would like more information on Tripiamo, we will put a link down below, and you can actually try out a small sample of the guide on their website. They'll give you access to a couple of the videos so you can see how the 360 works. We did that, and that's why we decided to go ahead and buy it, try it out for you guys, and let you know what we thought of it. We think it's outstanding. If you decide to buy it after you've clicked the link below and take a look at it, we will get a small percentage of that for introducing our viewers to their service. Also, currently, there's a special deal. They are offering 1 year of online access to Travel and Leisure, which is a great online company. They have a print magazine, but this is to their digital version. They have all kinds of itineraries, travel articles, discounts and coupons, and that's free with your Tripiamo 1 year access. Currently.
Sounds like a deal.
It does sound like a deal. So if you have any comments or questions, please let us know. And if you'd like more info on driving in Ireland, you can take a look at our video right up here.
Over there this time?
I think it's up here this time. Thanks for watching.
Thanks very much for watching.
Bye-bye.